Hey guys, just want to make a quick video here going over how we push through a choke. So let's get into that. Now, let's first take a look at it from the defending player's side. Uh, the red team is always going to be trying to keep this choke locked down, and they're going to do that with their demo, their pyro probably, and their sniper for sure. So we need to figure out how to combat that and how to counter that. Now, step one is always going to be dropping the sniper. It's really hard to push through a choke when the sniper's up, so we need to make sure their sniper goes down. Now, S9 is the best man for that job. If the flank is able to push through and ends up getting a beat on their sniper, they should absolutely go for it. Um, but S9 is going to have the easiest chance of dropping that sniper, and we need to, as a team, know how to best support him so that he can get his shot off. Now, their sniper is going to be watching this choke, just waiting for S9 to poke his head out. So if we don't support him, he's going to have a really tough time. What we can do to help him out, and I'll just go class by class, we need to push through here and put pressure on their sniper to force him to either pay attention to us and not S9, or move or retreat. So we're going to have Rosie just barely peeking this corner. Uh, she's going to be able to deny anyone really close to this choke, deny anyone rushing in on the combo here, and also air blast spam back to give Termi a little bit more breathing room. Termi's job is going to be to also just barely peek this corner and kill anybody too close. That's step one. And then throw stickies or grenades, depending on how far away, at the sniper. The point of this is if the sniper is hard scoped down on this choke and then Termi lobs a grenade directly at him, it forces the sniper to move. He's got to come out of zoom and move to avoid that grenade. And if he does that, S9 can get the drop on him. So that's really the key right now to getting through these chokes and having their sniper go down. Now, you might be thinking like, well, if I poke my head out and the sniper's watching, he's just gonna headshot me, and you're partially right. And especially if S9's not in position, you should never poke a choke that the sniper's watching. He's gonna get free shots off and kill you for no problem. But if S9's watching, or if F9 is ready to fire through these corners, then if you poke your head out and the sniper takes a shot at you, that effectively does your job 100% because he's not watching S9. S9 is going to kill him in retaliation. So, I mean, to shoot you, even if he gets 150 headshot, you should be overhealed. You'll be fine. Even if you die, S9 is going to get the kill and will be able to push in. So you should be not giving easy headshots and darting in, being really quick, not staying too long, just making sure you're peeking just long enough to do your job and taking cover really quickly. But when S9 is alive and is ready to do that sniper battle, you don't have to fear S9's headshot, or the headshot from the other sniper, as much. Now, Snapshot is going to be holding right around here, just far enough back so that he doesn't eat the same spam that they're throwing at Termi and Rosie. And his job is just going to be to give a wall that the enemy, or that Rosie and Termi can retreat through. So if they end up taking too much spam, or if they're getting rushed, they can fall back, and Snapshot's going to be a 450 health wall where they'll be able to safely retreat behind. Now, as with any point, we're going to have two members of the flank in tires and one member in map room. I've noticed that almost every point has 3 entrances there, and so what we're going to do for pushing is just break the flank up, and I think depending on which point, it will either be Yankee or Flower that's alone, and Python will always be supporting the biggest choke, or the biggest flank. So Python and Flower can hold tires, and Yankee can hold map room, stuff like that. And then if we come into a different area, we'll figure out on the fly who's going where, or we should have that predetermined. So that's my thoughts on how to push through a choke, and I'll just quickly review. We need to support S9 by putting pressure on the enemy sniper. We do that by just barely peeking the choke and throwing spam in his direction. So Rosie's right here defending this so that Termi has some breathing room. Termi is just barely peeking out, trying to throw grenades or stickies at the sniper so that he has to come out of being scoped. Snapshots here, defending those two so that they can fall back easily. Our flank is on the sides, making sure that nobody's able to rush in on S9 or the combo. Now, once the sniper goes down, the call will be made to push in. That doesn't mean just rush in and die. So if their combo is, for example, down here, spamming us out, us rushing in should be spreading out a little bit, getting through the choke, but staying safe. So we can come through, throw spam down here as we get up in here, and up in here on the high ground. We're going to have a big advantage from right here. We'll be able to watch one of the spawns, spam this whole area out, and from here, you know exactly how I want to push. But I think one thing that we do a little too much is we just funnel straight through down here into the low ground. And this is a disadvantaged situation to be in, and it's the same on a lot of points. If you think about the upward last point, the worst place to stand on that entire map is right behind the cart when you're pushing that last point, because it's just so spammable. So we definitely need players to be on the cart. But if you're not one of the players who should be on the cart, or if there is one or two people already pushing the cart, you should be trying to find a more advantageous position to hold in. I like high ground a lot. I like being tucked in into the cubbies, over here, because what it does is players are going to be rushing out. They're going to be focusing on the cart, and if you're off on the side, it's going to pull fire away from that cart, or it's going to leave those players vulnerable to you. So that's it. I'll just leave this video really quick, but those are my thoughts right now on how theory crafting how to push through a point.